Las Vegas, Kansas City. Home for 2 days. This is Larry. Monday morning, 8:15. Had a beer for breakfast and a beer for dessert. We just got run out for videoing in the arcade. Well, it's about time to go get some breakfast. Home of that 89-cent breakfast. The big poker palace. Leaving Las Vegas and the ranch 35 miles outside of Tonopah. Going up to see Uncle Bob today. Nevada, the Silver State. Girls, girls, girls. We get bored. We've got the Shady Lady Ranch brothel, 22.2 miles up the road. In Tonopah, Nevada.
There goes Jerry trying to get him right out to the line.
Green mistake. I'm sure it was pretty different all the time.
All right. We're going.
Cindy. Not to be mistaken with Sydney.
Well, it could be mistaken.
Yeah, they must belong to a local rancher. If those were wild horses, they'd be gone. Well, I guess we better head on up the road.
Okay. Uncle Bob's taking off, so I'm going to have to...
10 miles away from 5 Mile Ranch. And here's the road.
And that's where we all came from.
The French Argonaut, right?
Well,
Is that the way you understand it or not?
I've heard that, and I'm just not sure. French or English? What are Argonauts? Is that like Joan of Arc?
I believe I got three.
Sounds like a boat maker to me. Larry and I was wondering if that little spot of cottonwoods right there was where the ranch houses would be located, but we don't know. About a mile away. Cousin Joe having a smoke at the door. Larry getting his little spurs on. Uncle Bob relaxing with a cup of coffee for a minute. Here's where Larry's been sleeping. Here's my bedroom. Yeah, this is the back of the ranch. And right here in the tent is where Cousin Russell is spending the night, him and his wife. I can't believe they give up the bedrooms for Larry and I, and they're sleeping out of here in a tent because we're into Dodge City. I thought we would be spending the night in the tent, but him and Cindy.
Yeah, we're 30 miles from Cow Camp. Uncle Bob is taking us to Cow Camp today.
And what's that mountain range? What mountain valley?
That's Rawhide.
Rawhide Mountain in this valley. Uncle Bob's trucks from the ranch. Now there's the blacksmith shop. Last occupied in the 1940s. And this house up here was an old bordella where the owner of this camp had 2 or 3 women here. He made moonshine and homemade liquor, and there's a panoramic view of it. Still have the old mattresses and the old stoves and tin cans nailed on the wall in there. This is the old mattress in the old cabin here at the same location at Clear Creek Homestead. Over there was the fire pot and a chimney where he did his metal work. Some more old furniture and mattresses. Everybody's taking a look.
Step on out here.
Looking outside there to Sydney. She's
Get out here, I want to get a shot.
here. We are in Clear Creek. Angela and Rhonda and Sydney are going swimming in Clear Creek.
Are you ready? Yeah, go, son.
We're ready.
Okay, go.
All right, here the girls are going swimming. The water's got to be cold. It's runoff from those mountains up there.
There you go, Buck. That'll get you wet.
And that's how you swim in the desert.
That's cold water, isn't it?
No,
That was not all that snow up there.
I mean, it is nice. There's a shot.
There's a shot, yeah.
The creeks are running full because of all this snow right now. Sydney is camped out. That's where she's going to spend the night, popping water up out of the spring down below to bring it to the cabin. And here we have an old barn. It's got a sod roof on it. And there's the stables where they keep the horses. Here's the front of the stables. Inside you've got the stalls. Outside we got the corrals made out of these old juniper trees. Seem like they last for years because it's so dry up here they just don't rot. Old cow camp cabin. Here's another old cabin right outside. And to the right is a meat house where they stored their meat. Uncle Bob lived here for 14 summers. He doesn't live up here in the summer anymore, but he brings the cattle up here, and sometimes Cowboy Monty stays up here. Rhonda and Cindy, jackrabbits that were living inside the tool shed there. There's an old bear trap or game trap, an old pulley, wagon wheel hub, some other tools, an old bicycle front end.
They was young fellas then, and they worked here a lot. And they've told me a lot of stories about that. They spent a lot of money there too. And I can't think of goddamn name, but we called it Clear Creek Ranch, but the old boy that was living there then. Part of the old still's still there, the old boiler, you know, and the old blacksmith shop's still there. I had no boy working here for me, and I said, the hell, we need a bigger tack room. I said, and we did, that tack room just half big then. And I said, we're going to have to build a bigger tack room. Rose's brother, so it was. And he's Indian Frank.
We're here sitting in the kitchen right now, listening to Uncle Bob.
Full-blooded Sioux.
Stories of living here.
A long time. I told him one day, let's go get some lumber and build out that tack room. And he says, you're going to Plum Town get some lumber. They ain't, where's it going in there? I said, I ain't going up there. I'm going up there at Clear Creek. You going up there and tearing that whole house down to build a tack room? Well, what's the matter, you Bob? And made him bite her hell. We went up there and hauled a bunch of that lumber. And old Frank, he was just biting her hell because I was tearing that old cat house. It already fell down. We just went up and down. I said, hell, there's lumber up there. They new lumber. It's been there for 100 years. But we're gonna, so I just wanted to build a tack. That hurt Frank awful bad.
The kitchen sink. Looking out the kitchen window to the gas tanks. There's no electricity up here, so Uncle Bob powers hot water heater and a couple pumps with some gas. Here's one of the bunks in the cow camp cabin, one of the bunk rooms where the cowboys live. Then there's another room back here, another bed, curtains on the windows. Another room, bunk bed, table, and looking back into the kitchen. Uncle Bob sitting there talking to Rhonda and Larry and Race, Rhonda's son. There's my cousin Russ talking to his dad, Uncle Bob. Larry and Russ's wife.
You got her shut You have a nice ride, short.
Yes, it was short, but it was fun.
Jump on your old horse and make a circle in there. You can make a hell of a circle here. Leave that gate right over there shut. My God, if you want to ride, good. It don't make any difference. I'd take my four-wheeler and get over there.
You don't have your four-wheeler and
No,
we
but
got
I
the
don't
horses.
have Johnny.
Sydney, Uncle Bob's daughter. She's come in from Oregon. Russ is in from Oregon, and Joe. They all came in to be here when Larry and I came in.
There's water right down there if you want to make some coffee. Right down there in my pond.
There's Rhonda, Sydney's daughter. 5 Mile country here. Got some unique cliff rock formations here. Uncle Bob said there was some wild sheep up in here in these cliffs and these mountains. Larry got real excited. Where we're headed down to down in Hot Creek. We are located in the canyon going towards Hot Creek Ranch. Oh, there's the cat. There he is. He's got the horses in the truck. Well, what's that out there in the field? Zoom in on that. Looks like some kind of wild animal. Some kind of a cougar cat and its kitten. Talk about a crowd of cowboys here now. How would you like to live up this canyon? We're 60 miles away from a state maintained road. 95 miles from the closest town, Tonopah. There's the cattle. My cousins and Larry. Little baby Ray's. Russ, my cousin. Rhonda and Ray's still sitting in the wild irises. It was used for a refrigerator.
Yeah.
There's an ice cave up on the side of the canyon there. Who used to live here, they used it as a refrigerator.
Flunking. And you put a little flashlight on your hat. And
Cousin Russ.
Oh, you can't go into it.
oh, you can,
There's just ice everywhere.
there's ice?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Turn it on.
Where are we rolling?
Are you ready to go, Joe? Ready. Okay, everybody's ready to roll. Hit them up. Here we are at the ranch, but it's not a cattle ranch. Crawdad farm, lobster farm. This water is heated naturally by the hot springs here. He markets these farm-raised crawdads. So we're here visiting. He was on his way to Washington to work on his fishing boat, and he told us to just go ahead and pick up some lobster, and we're going to cook them tonight. These are blue crawdads. Raises them here and markets them to businesses in Las Vegas. And he's going to let us take some home tonight to eat. Russ is not rounding up cattle today, he's rounding up some crawdads.
Oh, there, Russ up some grub.
This is where the water is fed into the inside of the tanks where we just came from. Down this road, 50 to 70 miles is another way we could get out of here through another ranch. Look way up in there. Beyond this canyon there's another high mountain range up in there. A lot of flowers this year because of the excess amount of rain. We're in the tank in the cooler, ready to go home and chase with a beer tonight. It's watering. Flat tire on one of the trucks. We're going to change the tire here.
You got a wrench?
Comes Sydney up the road. What's she got? There's no telling what she's got in mind.
Oh, that's a spare, eh?
We'll be in here when that was. We're out of gas. I don't know if it'll be enough.
Just for a beautiful valley to live in with your horses and your crawdads. 60 miles up a canyon road. Here comes Uncle Bob and everybody. First antelope we've seen. Uncle Bob said there's plenty of them out here.
Oh, you better go out.
What you got there, Bob?
Call Dallas.
Not that so big one.
Oh, really?
Call Dallas Dameron.
Get a picture of you.
He's the guy that.
Maybe not exactly, but by God, you can't tell me there ain't some resemblance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got the book. I didn't know they had the book.
Claude Dallas reincarnated here.
Tell us what that crawdad tastes like
I
there.
don't know. I'm gonna let somebody else tell
No.
me. God damn though. Hell to get to.
Ooh, Dad. No.
You do it. Dip a
Can you have butter? Just a dip a little butter in
Yeah, he fixed the butter right there. It is.
It's swimming in butter. Oh.
Ah.
Here, chase it with that.
What,
That's a good
Dad,
chaser, Bob.
what is that?
Dad. Now don't be spitting it out. Raw. Oh.
We're going to cook them a little longer.
I don't want to.
We'll have to continue this in a few minutes.
Cook them 20 minutes.
But we're going to give you a little more tour. Here we got more. That's the shop area where Uncle Bob has all these tools. I don't know what that is. That's probably housing for some of the old cowboys. This is Uncle Bob's shop area right here. Uncle Bob working on the four-wheeler. There goes Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob's got a nice little shop here.
Yeah, it's
All the tools and everything.
welders, cutting torches, thrashers, drill press. I got all kinds of that.
Yeah, Uncle Bob just bought a new set of wrenches.
Old truck up there. I found a spare for it.
What do you got
New
to?
wrenches.
What do you got to do?
If you had a blowout, I got to put a tire on it.
Oh, okay.
I like these air wrenches. I like these better than new electric.
There goes Uncle Bob. He's got a job to do. I think he's going over there. There goes Uncle Bob on his iron horse. I don't know what they're going to do now. They're fixing something. Two old cowboys having a good time. Just panning up to where Cowboy Monty lives here on the ranch. There's the big dog. I don't know if I want to go up there or not. Looks like a Doberman pinscher or something. Yeah, it's a Doberman. They live here on the ranch. That's Monty's family up there. Monty really helps Uncle Bob a whole lot. Another old ranch dog. Uncle Bob's old. Who's that on there? Oh, okay, that's Sydney. Sydney's done come home, took her trail coat clothes off, and she's got her lounging clothes on. She's waving at Uncle Bob. I hear Uncle Bob on the four-wheeler somewhere. Comes Monty out of the... I don't know where they're going. They're always up to some kind of, you know. Saw a bunch of wild horses today. Rhonda, I don't know where she's going. She's got Race with her. We're going to take a ride down in these mountains tomorrow. There's a bunch of stories to be told that Uncle Bob wants to tell us there. Highway number 6 goes to Ely. The highway just disappears into the distance. That's called a look. There comes Cowboy Monty. He's the cowboy that Uncle Bob uses to lives here on the ranch. There's one of the pups that live here at the ranch. He's a big old boy. There's an old trailer truck. Everything has a job and a purpose here on the ranch. Uncle Bob has a watering truck that he uses to put some water halfway up on the cattle drive on the real long stretch where there's no watering holes. Tires on the old semi, which is that's a water truck. Uncle Bob's going to take this orange water truck up there, puts out some tubs halfway on the cattle drive because there's about 20-mile, 40-mile stretch that they don't have any water and they'll have to. Monty's kind of looking at the tires and tire pressure here, trying to see if everything's in good shape. Big old International here. I used to drive a big International line truck for the phone company. I don't know what. Lonnie's checking out the tire signs. And once again, there's the old cow camp. Everybody's in there eating crawdad tonight and drinking a beer and having fun, just enjoying each other's company. Up there's a mountain range that goes towards the cow camp. That's where we'll be driving the cattle. We'll be going up in some canyons on Thursday, making sure everything's ready for the drive. Then on Friday, Larry and Uncle Bob and I will be moving some cattle over out of a canyon up there, pushing them and maybe branding them, getting them ready for the main drive, which will happen the week of June 1st. Again, up in the cockpit of the semi, I hear Larry hollering at me. Let me pan over here.
Ready?
Okay, I'll be right over. I'm hungry. Don't eat them all, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, Monty's making sure I'm not going to start this thing up and take it off. There they are working on some. Uncle Bob, Joe, and Russ changing their tire. Here we are in the back porch of the ranch. We're sneaking up on the refrigerator. We're reaching down, open the refrigerator door. Uh-oh. Water and beer, the substance of life right there. Sun shining through the cottonwood trees. Walking up to Cowboy Monty's pad and behind the ranch. I know he's got a mean old Doberman. I don't know whether I want to go up there or not. But Cowboy Monty told me to come on up. No, don't do that. Hell no. You in good company. There comes old Gilbert. You got that old dog with him? That dog ought to take his leg off.
I see him walking up here.
Yeah.
I don't miss too many things.
No, I bet you don't.
I'm Nancy.
Come on
I'm
in.
Larry.
Larry, nice to meet you.
You too.
Come on in.
Little meat house there. There's another old shack. This is the cattle that will be moving north. These cattle are kind of wandering north now. It'll take about 8 or 10 cowboys spread out across this valley to pull them and push them right back up that direction right there. And there's a group of about 100 head located right here where we are now. It'll take about 3 or 4 weeks to push them all north. That wild horse was here with the cattle when we got here. Uncle Bob figured he's been ran off from the rest of the herd for some reason or another. Out here by himself or with these cattle. This is a pumping station with a pump out here in the middle of nowhere, powered by gas. Pumps water here for the cattle. We're about 24 miles below the main ranch right now. In the main valley, Stone Cabin Valley. This BLM land and the ranch itself totals out for 100 miles from the south end of the valley to the north end of the valley. These cattle will be moved a total of about 75 miles when the drive is complete. This was a well that was drilled about 120 feet. There's a riverbed that runs under this valley here, about 100 feet below the earth. These cattle are part Brahma. They make a good range breed if you mix a Brahma type bull, the Brahma type cattle. There's a lot of healthy calves that have to be branded, vaccinated, and cut. Good drinking water here. These range cattle are naturally kind of moving themselves north. Cowboys will come in behind them and push them on. They just naturally migrate north. These cattle look as healthy as Uncle Bob has ever seen them in 20 years. This particular winter, just the recipe of the rain and the snow and the grass, he said they just normally do not look this good. And they do.
We must have missed him.
Set of nuts on him, doesn't he? Healthy looking dude. Mean looking devil, isn't he? There's an old mine.
Don't do that.
That son of a bitch is deep too. Just go straight down in the ground. Old mining camp here. There's a dirt devil out there in the desert. 24 miles south here where we are now to 50 miles north up at
did they just bring it here to load it?
I got no idea what.
He must have. Look at this.
This is the way this is the hopper where they loaded the wagon of ore. He had took it to a crusher and took it over there to that leach pad and dumped it in.
Where'd they get the ores? What I'm wondering.
Well, hell, that's all in them holes. I don't know how it was done. I ain't no miner.
Around here, huh?
I gotta find my.
I guess they got a lot of gold out of this country. We'll drive on.
the old mining shack. Probably the office area. There was a cement pad with Uncle Bob standing on, had 1939 written on it. Uncle Bob said there's about 15 or 20 head of cattle up in there that are wild. Can't get them out. They've been there for years. Kind of live off the land people. Live here. Self-sufficient. They have some goats. There's some donkeys. They're working on building their house right here. There's Uncle Bob and Larry and Wes and Carol. She's a rider. They don't socialize, don't go anywhere. This is their life. The mailbox is about 4 hours away by donkey. Here's some goats. Larry's real excited about seeing the goats here today.
Furry ping pong balls. They'll stomp a town dog faster than he can get in the fence.
Well, I'm a dog. But I know.
The thing
We're getting coyotes in Virginia.
Wild horses.
Oh, look. There's more horses back over this way, Chico.
Wild horses there. There's, yeah,
Yeah, look at that.
there's some more horses here.
Yeah.
Rose cooking food for the cowboys. Flapjacks. A la carte. Right here in the kitchen of the main ranch house.
The winds are gusting too, so
Goes the Joe. Dogs.
the White region over eastern North and South Dakota, central eastern North.
Sunrise. Got my spurs on. Ready to go.
I know, I'll put it when I get back.
This is an old homestead on Tom's land where we're visiting here with Uncle Bob. This is the old Doherty Ranch, about 40 miles from the state road, Highway 6 out of Tonopah. 30 miles west of that canyon.
Real.
Low humidity, real dry Nevada weather. Here's another old outbuilding.
Okay.
We're 50 miles up in the canyon called House Canyon.
What?
Rack.
Rack.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to. The rack keeps up. Withdraw your liver off. Just take that something you wanted to rock and do that.
No, rack.
Huh?
Rack.
One nice thing about the rainforest is
Rocky, tricky terrain here. Hope my horse don't fall. Or we'd go about 40 feet down this little gully.
I didn't tell you to go anywhere. You stand still. Knothead. Yeah, go.
Russ gonna get him a drink of water there.
Right down this fence, a little way to keep him planted in for the wires.
Cousin Russ. And
And don't back into over. You kick the shit out of you.
I've got these brains. I don't know if I like them. They're too thick.
it's located right here between these canyon walls. Cattle are being driven is right over in there area, about 30 miles. Stone Mountain Valley over in there. That's where we'll be tomorrow, pushing the cattle out of the canyon over there. Stand of aspen trees. They remind me of the birch trees at home. They usually grow in clumps, little shady areas out here in the canyon. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's like a little oasis out here in this middle of the hot sun. Beautiful creek right there.
I guess we must have dandelions just about everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. But they are beautiful.
3 hours to get here. We're getting ready to load up. Here we are in Stud Canyon. We just come back from about a 20-mile ride.
I'm gonna go up and get some water.
And the Chico's gonna go get some water. Where Cloud Dallas hung out, Uncle Bob said, for a long time. When I was looking for him, couldn't find him. I think you need to take the bridle off, yeah.
About that.
You gonna take your stack off of him?
Yeah. over into Burnt Canyon.
How you doing there, fella?
Oh, just like a real greenhorn, Uncle Bob.
My God, that's what we need.
Am I earning my keep?
You goddamn right.
There's 6 of us on this here ride today.
How you doing, Cousin Joe?
Pretty good, Cousin Chico.
Are you
I got
still
a-
claiming me as family after today?
This is old Vegas I'm riding.
I live up to my greenhorn reputation.
He's a pretty good old horse, I reckon.
Oh, okay. As long as we got one to laugh at.
$100 in Oregon.
Is it?
Well, of course, they got a lot of elk in Oregon.
Yeah, you can't find their horns in Oregon.
That was a big one too, wasn't he?
Yeah, not too big.
Tied across the back of the saddle, son. However you want to do it.
Oh, look at that. That's a pretty fresh one too from last fall, huh? Winter.
I'd find the others not here yet.
Well, that's 5-pointer, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what they call a 5 by 5, ain't
Come
it?
out that big.
More elk horns. They're pretty good collector's items.
Right side. 5.
That's 5 by 5.
Cousin Joe's got them. An old water sluice?
Yeah, that's an old sheep train control for sheep. There used to be a lot of sheep in this country.
What'd they do, hang all the owners?
If I raise sheep or not anymore. They got all this new kind of cloth now, the hell I don't know whether there ain't near as many around here as there used to be, that I don't know. Utah you see a few.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going through that pass right there.
that ain't gonna jab him in
Down that
half.
hill and back over that mountain range there.
We've already been doing that since we got
This is really just a two-man job. It's just that Uncle Bob's got all the family with him today. Nephews,
Water's pretty dirty there.
cousins, sons and daughters. Homestead fence here.
Old fortune.
Quite a few, huh?
But a lot of them.
Really? They run them the way we came in. They run the horses into this Mustang trap.
Still got them horns?
After mending fences and looking for stray cattle up canyons, everybody's pulling their saddles off. The other horses that were not used are here just nosy as hell. Anyhow, it's beer time. And Rose up there in that lovely little ranch house is going to have some good beans and potatoes. This morning we had country ham and fried eggs and flapjacks.
Now, I can get out of there. Another big gray horse. I'm supposed to come on.
We're going west towards Tonopah right now, aren't we? Yeah,
Yes, we are.
What's name?
Cindy.
Sandy.
Not to be
Between Reno and Vegas, a lot of people come here and make their big drug deals or whatever. So.
The grocery store. Stone Cabin Valley Cattle Drive. And there she lies. Right over in there. 15 miles away, maybe 20 miles away is that mountain range. And that valley just goes right up that range there. That's where we'll be moving those cattle.
We need it though.
That's Kicker. Roper. He'll be roping for us.
Oh, Chico. Oh, really? Oh, you have to know the day we look good.
Well, looks like they're hard at it.
No.
What is your problem here?
Not a thing.
Hey, we got a few minutes. Morning, Kicker. Hello there. I picked this up for them. No, this ball tree when I'm drinking. Good morning, Kay.
Good morning.
Yes, it belongs to you now.
I'm kind of getting worried. I got fresh peaches too. I got
Cowboy
Ooh, yeah.
I'm inviting you to get pull my hat down on the tops of my ears.
Get out of the house.
I got them all over back of my nose up there, just mosquitoes going. Wasn't so bad when you were moving, but
Biting them horses? Yeah. Well, them horses doing nothing. Pawns, kicking at everything. Yeah, it's biting the hell out of them. You bet.
People just don't realize what our sick smell.
Yeah.
Smell yourself. It's been like, how long since you need a shower? This morning. I was too tired last night.
The whole cattle drive will take about 3 or 4 weeks. Pulling the cattle out of one of those canyons up there. Push the cattle into the canyon. Brand, cut nuts, notch ears. Larry's getting ready to drive cattle today. He's really happy. He's going to be branding cattle and eating Rocky Mountain oysters. And there's some more horses for the rest of the cowboys.
Get your bridle.
Wes lives on a little ranch nearby, pretty much self-sufficient. Uncle Bob hires him every year to move cattle. And this is the tack room. And there's the cat, the barn cat, having a good time. Got plenty of soft places to sleep. Here comes Indian Kicker. He's the professional roper who will be doing the roping of the calf. He comes in every year and helps Uncle Bob. Canyon to get on the back side of these cattle up in here and bring them back down this way towards the box. Okay, here they come. Kay's keeping them from coming over in this way, and I'm about halfway between her and Sandy over here. Let's see, where did Sandy go? There's Sandy. Cousin Russell. There's some cattle out there. The darn sagebrush is about 5 feet tall. It's hard to see them all. Little Gilbert pushing cattle. Whoa.
Anyhow, we're almost to Bucks Canyon. We got them in this narrow little canyon right now, so they ain't too hard to drive. Okay, I guess this will be about it until we get up to the corral where we're going to drive them all in and brand them. Chico. We're here in the Box Canyon now. This is where we're going, where we just drove the cattle in. We're going to brand and vaccinate. Uncle Bob's over there fixing up the vaccinations. Cousin Russ has traded in his cowboy hat today for a baseball hat since he'll be branding. He said the cowboy hat gets in the way.
If there's twine or something over there, we'll need something to tie it off with. Good.
There's the Indian kicker. He and his wife are the ropers. Really good ropers from what I hear. Kay, there's Kay. Cattle will start raising hell once we start this. Gets really noisy. There's a good branding candidate. All the calves are the ones that get branded. See if I can find a brand. Okay, there's the brand. Oops. We just had one cowboy to quit. Got the ass at something. Of course, Bob got the ass at him yesterday for shooting a cow that had a inverted womb, and the cow probably would have had to have been shot anyway, but it happened to be a cow that belonged to another rancher. So the other rancher will probably chew Bob's ass out because one of his ranchmen shot his cow. There's the branding stove. There's Kay, an Indian kicker. He said he grew up with his dad all over the West, going from ranch to ranch, working cattle drives.
Too much?
Uncle Bob's lighting me.
Now turn it up.
Branding pot. Here's my weapon. I'll be juicing them up with some vaccinations here. How about that? Work on.
No, you saw your hat on.
There's the Indian kicker.
Now everybody's going to tell you how to.
Bob's got the cutting tool there. Yeah, it looks dangerous. He's going to be cutting those Rocky Mountain oysters up, and I know what we're having for dinner tonight.
Polyester blend like this?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brand new, you know, I see how it's going to be, you know. Brand, throw it
Look out, Scout!
Yeah. Yeah, we might be hot Okay.
Okay, he's got him. Let him go. Come another one. You work the camera a little while.
Wait a minute, Chico. Why did they get back the back?
You got him. Well, they're slick. Wait in there amongst that herd of cattle and just...
Gotta watch out, Brandon.
Faye is really good. She snatches one at a time. Yeah, she snatches them at a
Kicker's pretty good too. He gets both good.
He does?
Yeah.
Kay hasn't been doing it.
There's your candidate, Larry. Hooker always gets both feet when he lassos. Uncle Bob going to work on the nut. Uncle Bob said he's done castrated about 90,000 head of cattle in his lifetime.
I got it. Let's go.
They just slip right out of that noose. I'm a little uncomfortable being in the St. Ann with this big baby. He's been horny all morning trying to get a hold of cows. Uncle Bob's real particular about his branding. He likes a nice, clean, straight brand. One guy got his butt chewed off for making a crooked brand. The big bull will go through there. You're not branding? Uncle Bob loading 6-shooter for Larry. Don't mess with me. 80,102. Brandings for Uncle Bob. Cowboy Bob. Rocky Heart Raiders brother.